All right, man, let me go ahead and introduce myself. Hey, y'all, you are tuned in to hashtag It Is Written, equipping and encourage believers to continue to
I'm
do
over
what
here sitting to
God
the side.
has called you to do.
Sit this way with you, man.
So, today I got a special guest, my boy, my partner, DFW native, Grand Prairie's own. Were you born in Dallas?
No, I was born in Jersey, bro.
Born in Jersey? How that happen? Is that like a military thing?
Nah, my dad was from Jersey. My mom's from North Carolina. It was a ministry thing. And then next thing you know, they got together. And
okay. Well, I'm going to go with my introduction. DFW.
Yeah. I grew up in Texas. I'm a Texan. 100%.
Grand Prairie's native, rap artist, poet, bro. Yeah. Battle rapper. Author. Urban missionary, as you call yourself. Youth pastor. Remember you did some work over there at Koinonia, right? You were a son. You were a friend. Child of God, mentor, a.k.a. Street. Damn, bro. How you doing, man?
Streets need him. I'm doing great, man.
I'm
doing great. About yourself, bro?
I'm doing well. I can't complain. Indeed. One thing I've really wanted to start doing on my channel is to, when I have guests, to ask them for prayer requests. So people who see this, they're always praying for my channel. They're always hitting me up, bro. Family members, friends of the channel always hit me up. Hey, how can I pray for you? So I thought, man, I need to extend that to my guests. So just real quick, and this is kind of our relationship too. I always kind of hit you up. Hey, bro, you got prayer requests? Yeah. So I thought it's just fitting just to start off with that. Just real 2 quick prayer requests you may have.
First of all, I'm already knowing if I'm requesting a prayer request and the Reese family finna see this, they really about to pull up on me, bro. So I appreciate it. I'm already knowing. Yeah, I think with a lot of the new growth and a lot of new attention, like I've been getting on social media and just in life, I'm really trying to balance all of the things that I do because I'm being driven back into passion about like all of the multifaceted ways that I do media. So like music, battle rap, spoken word, and now the authorship, the manga. And so I don't want to allow something that I pursue to then not be taken seriously or as fruitful as the harvest can be based on either the lack of work ethic, the lack of strategy, the lack of preparation. And so I have teams in place for the things that we're doing, but just order, clarity, and now that manga season is coming up for sure, like, you know, just how, like the how on like the marketing and yeah, man. And we're excited, but I'm also a little bit nervous, you know what I'm saying? Cause something you've been working on for over 7 years and dedicated to for like the last 2, it's like, oh my gosh, like this world is about to see this, you know? And so there's some nerves there. Yeah, man. Yeah. I don't know if you know, I've always been nervous.
You know what? I wouldn't say I've had a personal experience where you were nervous, but I've been around you long enough to know when you start to take things seriously.
Yeah.
Prayer is a big part of a lot of our lives as Christians, right? And I notice most Christians, and especially you, when things are about to ramp up or whatever, it's prayer.
It's prayer.
It's prayer mode. It's prayer mode. So I feel like a lot of artists, a lot of people who are in the face of the public, they all say the same thing. Yeah, I'm nervous. Like, people. I don't think people understand, but
so the thing is, you've seen me nervous. You just didn't interpret as that because I also believe that nerves and adrenaline intersect, and so if every time you saw me perform on stage, 9 times out of 10, or even at camp, even speaking, preaching, I'm nervous. And I'm like, Lord, not my strength, yours. Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially when it's ministry, but even like an engagement where I'm speaking at the city of Grand Prairie, it's just like, okay, deep breath. Like, here you go.
Anytime you get up on stage, there's a humbling experience. I've preached before. I haven't done anything on your scale, but I've definitely been in front of crowds before. And just the awareness of, okay, what I'm about to say, first I represent God, so what I'm about to say matters, you know, as far as how I represent him, who off the whim, whatever, you know what I mean? So like there's always a sobering thought and reverence you have for, you know, the teachers are going to be judged more harshly than others. Right?
Bro, you've done stuff on the scale. So I'll say this. I remember I performed at the Royal Albert Hall in London last year, May. Crazy experience in front of 5,000 people. I can honestly say 2 weeks before that, I performed at a spoken word event called Two Lines Poetry in Philly. I was more nervous in front of 50 than I was in front of 5,000.
By far. Small group setting?
Bro, and not only small group, it was like, this is my tribe. This is spoken word community.
Okay.
So like, it's not just the general audience. Like,
it's not
man,
strangers.
that was great.
It's not a bunch of strangers. Yeah.
It's like, we about to really digest everything he's saying. And then the people that were before me, fire. They was cooking,
following fire is crazy.
Like, I'm headlining and I feel like I'm in the wrong spot. I should be opening up for y'all. I'm not even kidding. And this is the craziest part, bro. Right before I'm about to go up, it was a maybe mom, like mid-30s, poet. She was reading off her phone. Wasn't that eloquent, but she had passion, and she just did a poem about how no matter my emotions, no matter my situation, even though I'm not famous, I'm going to write and I'm going to perform. And when I tell you that piece calmed my nerves and it gave me the confidence to go up and speak and preach. And it just goes to show, it doesn't matter how you do it, because if you do it, there might be somebody there you need to be reaching.
Yeah, 100%.
And it might be, and it happened to be that person gave me the confidence to then go forth and then headline and then kill it. But I didn't even, but when I literally was like, oh my gosh, I'm not qualified.
Yeah.
I got booked to go to London. I'm already booked. I'm like, everything, tour, everything. I'm like, but even still, there's still the doubt, still the fear,
100%.
still the worry, still the nerves. I'm sitting there like, where's this coming from? And that's when it's partially like, this ain't me. You know what I'm saying? Like, are these whispers from outside sources, or is this really some deep insecurities I've yet to deal with? You know what I'm saying? Or just arising, and then a struggle. But man, it was just beautiful in that moment where that one person gave me enough to carry on and complete that task, bro.
Yeah.
So
you said something I think that's going to resonate with a lot of people, that it doesn't matter like how big it is. There might be just that one person that needs to hear it, and just that sobering thought that your words can influence one soul for good or for bad should sober you and should cause some type of nerves and things like that.
Absolutely. There's always that story of the fisherman that was in the same spot always and just told people about Jesus, whoever walked past them. And he just happened to be somebody who ministered to Billy Graham. And it was like, hey, let me tell you about Jesus.
Yeah.
And then Billy Graham ended up being, but it started with the obedient fisherman that just stayed in his spot and is, oh, well, what's up, man? Let me tell you about Jesus. And so you never know, you know what I'm saying? And that's why, bro, one thing the Lord has blessed me to experience, because here's the interesting part about being a seed sower. You don't always get to experience the harvest. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And bro, you gotta remember, bro, we was fresh out of high school, straight into ministry. Right? And so I'm 19 years old, 18 years old, serving at camp for 8 summers. You know what I'm saying? And like, then from there going to another nonprofit, then from there going to another nonprofit, then from there another nonprofit. And then it gets to the point, it's like, man, like, is what I'm doing really impacting like that?
Fruitful.
You know what I'm saying? Because especially when you work in the hood, fam.
Yeah.
You got kids around you passing away. You got kids around you like running away. You got kids, you know, and you have your 1 or 2 instances where it's just like, man, you get it. And that's enough to get you to the next day. But then you go through that dark season where you lose somebody, or you're in grief, or you're in turmoil, or your finances aren't there because you were serving nonprofits all your life. And so, bro, those moments, it's crazy how the Lord works, bro. He'll remind me of a harvest that I forgot I even impacted, which is the kid from camp. Hey, Mr. West, I don't know if you remember me, man, but I just want to let you know, when you told me about this, that changed my life. Yeah. Mr. West, I'm so thankful that you spent some time in the studio with me and recorded that song. I still go to that song, and
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here like, I did that? you know what I'm saying? Like, dang, I did do that, huh? You know what I'm saying? So it is a blessing. And like, bro, you just never know, man.
Yeah, for
you never know. And you know, it's gonna be interesting to see like how many lives and people I've impacted in the kingdom of heaven, bro. Because I'm sitting here like, Lord, man, you I've been in the field, bro.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Well, let's go. Let's do this. Let's go all the way back because there's people that on my channel is gonna be introduced to you, and I want them to kind of get to know you a little bit more. No, but I love it, bro. Let's do this. Your name is Street Hymns, right?
Yes, sir.
I learned a long time ago that you got that from a guy named DJ Sean Blue.
Yes, sir.
DJ Sean Blue has a Street Hymn radio.
Yeah.
He actually has a YouTube.
Yeah,
and he's still
got a podcast.
It's still active. I think the last one was like March 31st. The last one I saw. Anyways, you got that from him. And I was always taught growing up that names mean something. You know, what your parents name you is important. What name you respond to, what name you give yourself. You know, the Bible tells us in Revelation 2:17 that there's going to be a name that he's going to give us that's private and it's intimate only between us and him, whoever receives it. And so your name's Street Hymn, bro. Like, can you go a little bit deeper on just like that mantra of doing hymns for the streets because the street needs him?
Yeah, man. Since I was 5 years old, when I wrote my first song with my father, I woke him up out of his sleep and told him a song, very cheesy song. I'm not gonna repeat it, but I remember this is the era when Cross Movement, a Christian hip hop group of the '90s, late '90s on through, maybe actually early '90s on through. This is when Ambassador, artist. Prominent artists in Christian hip hop live with us. And so Ambassador then meets True Life then meets all the other members, and it extends past that. And the things that they're doing is just ministry on the streets.
Yeah.
And so literally I'm seeing street ministry. My pops are taking me on the corners.
That's what's up.
Watching them freestyle battle people with the gospel. Like I vividly remember like Fanatic, you know what I'm saying? Like freestyling in the mall and like during street ministry, you know, before those big stages and stuff like that, it was always connected to the groundwork, bro, the field. Ground. And so I have always appreciated hood intellects because as much as Ambassador was theologically trained, as much as he was able to translate any message to any audience of people that liked to hear someone wax eloquent, he knew how to also translate that to the urban context.
100%.
And so for me, it was always beautiful to know that I had mentors or at least figures, heroes in arm's reach that were black men that had a desire in heart for their people.
Yeah, that's good.
And so,
and that's where home was. Right?
Yeah, that's home, bro. You know,
yeah,
same for Pops, same for like. It's just it was always like it wasn't even second. It's just like, yeah, this is ground zero. You know what I'm saying? Like the hospitals for the sick.
Yeah, 100%.
And as we talk about all these things about the black community, if we are gonna be accurate about like what's going on in some of our less funded, more needed, opportunity driven places, it's the places that need help and assistance. And I think Christ is where that help can be given along with action. You know what I'm saying? And so Street Hymns has always just been a moniker of like, as much as I can be in front of anybody, like ground zero is like my people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I truly care for my culture, my community, my people. And it isn't to say I don't, you know what I'm saying, consider or adore other communities. It's just like, man, like I
it's understood, don't need to be explained.
There's a lot of work, bro. We got a lot of work to do. You know what I'm saying?
I'm often reminded of a quote that I received in college from a chapel speaker. He said, hey, the light that shines the farthest shines the brightest where it's at. So as much as, you know, it's good to be booked and go places like, are you bright where you from? You know, are you bright where you at? And I could definitely say, looking at your life, you are bright. You are bright where you're from. What about LoveNindo, bro? Because I remember, bro, you called me when you wanted to change your name to LoveNindo, right?
Yeah.
For musical, I'm guessing it was for musical purposes, right?
It was the distinction. So for me, as much as even still Street Hymns was the heart of everything I was doing, I had so many people that saw what I was doing and desired collaboration, but I knew that collaboration would potentially, in my perspective at the time, muddy the work of what I did before. Like, I'm doing tracks for kids. I'm doing tracks about, hey, don't drink. Hey, be active. Like, do this. Like, be pure. Honor God. And,
I hear
you know what I'm saying? It was very PG.
I hear you.
Tipping on the lines of PG-13.
I hear you.
And then I start doing battle rap. Then I start doing tracks with these secular artists. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, it wasn't just about, it's like, yo, these are my friends. These are people that I do life with. And if us doing a track brings us together for the sake of, you know what I'm saying? In fact, I remember one of the people I did a track with, his name is Dandy's son. And Dandy was a artist who, in my opinion, was one of the coldest artists within the DFW Metroplex. Okay. Poet, spoken word artist, fire artist, rapper. And he would always come over to my house, you know what I'm saying, in high school. He was really close. He was actually much closer to my little brother at the time. And atheist, like non-believer, you know what I'm saying? But throughout the years of us crossing paths, in his words, he just said, Street, my entire life, even though I doubted God and didn't even believe in God, I knew that you believed in him. And I knew you had a reverence for him. 2 years ago, he went through my discipleship class.
Look at that.
You know what I'm saying? And
praise God.
During the time when I was doing tracks with him, I didn't filter his message. I didn't tell him what to say. I didn't say, hey, by the way, you're on a Christian hip hop track, so make sure you, I just let him rap. You know? And it's funny, he was like, I'm so sorry, bro. I was just saying some nonsensical stuff. And even even the Street Hymns brand of like me when I was in juvenile detention center system. So like one of my youth that I met, because I would bring my studio equipment and I would go into the juvenile detention center system and I'd let them record and then I'd get it professionally mixed and mastered and then bring it back to them, let them hear how they sound on track.
Yeah, that's good.
And they'd be like, oh my gosh, I sound like a rapper. You are a rapper. Holla at me when you get out so you don't got to start selling work again or not kicking down doors. Let's actually make a career out of what you do naturally. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And those kids in the time, all of them call me Nindo. Nindo, man, I'm just trying, you know what I'm saying? Like to this day, if they see me, they'll call me Nindo. Yeah, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? And for me, that was me attempting to protect the body. That was me like, man, I don't want somebody to turn on Street Hymns and then you then hear somebody cursing on the track and then it's, so let me just separate this so when you LoveNindo and then we can protect. And it's because I cared so much about what people thought. You know what I'm saying? And good intentions. And you know, I don't regret the decision. You know, but also in that time period, like music, I had a different relationship with music in general. Music, I realized in the last couple of years that music for me was always and has always been a response to trauma. Music has always been an escape. And so in the times when I wasn't creating, it's because I was at peace. And I didn't know what to do with that. Wow. I didn't know, like, man, how come I don't have that drive anymore? Staying up till 3 a.m. in the morning in the studio all day. And I realized, oh yeah, you're at peace. Then when I did drop another album, it's because I went through a crazy breakup. Did drop another album, it's because I was going through holiday depression. Did drop another album, it's because I was going through heartbreak and trauma and turmoil. And that was Silver Tongue Platinum. It's just like all of these situations, I was like, oh snap, man, like music for me.
Let's kind of, I don't know, because I think that's also a message that I would like for the church to hear is that we oftentimes tries to, like you said, we're trying to preserve the body or we're trying to protect the body by, in your case, using a new moniker, you know, and things like that. But truth of the matter is the body needs to be exposed to, we need to, how can I explain it? We need to understand the original intent of the body was to be out in the field, out doing the work, right? And so if we're out in the field, out doing the work, the person that we're trusting to protect us is the Lord, right? And the Holy Spirit, right? Through his discernment, through his actual intervention, not through our manufactured means, whether that is, and don't get me wrong, I love LoveNindo. I love that name. I love what you did with it. Do you think that it has served its purpose? Are we finished with LoveNindo? Is LoveNindo's going? Is it going to be an EP or something for LoveNindo? You know what I mean?
I will say this: the name will never go away, but you just won't see directly me use it.
Okay.
I'll just say it like that. Okay.
I know the name ain't gonna go away. No, I know the name ain't gonna go away.
I'll say this one. It is my gamer tag. Okay. Like when I game, it's a gamer. Because Nindo is from a anime called Naruto, and it's like your ninja way, your way of life. Mm-hmm. And I wanted my way of life to be love, and so that's why I changed my name to LoveNindo. You know, and so I think even how I think through things and portray things, I'm like from different faces of what you'll see me in. I still want to represent that. So you'll see it pop up if you follow me enough. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I follow you, so I'm gonna see it pop up regardless.
Indeed.
Good, brother. Good.
That's hilarious, bro.
That's good.
I forgot you.
So I'm big. So again, I'm like I told you, I'm big on names. I'm also. Are you big on numbers? Is numbers a deal for you? Like my favorite number is 10. Number of order and completeness. You got the injustice. You got the 10 plagues.
Oh wow.
10 commandments. What I'm saying? That order and justice part. My little sister, her basketball number was 10.
That's
my
fire.
Basketball number was 10. Just 10 is just my number.
Indeed.
You got a number or anything like that? Are you big on that? Yeah, shout out to Talani. Yo, hey.
Shout out to Talani with the bars. For real.
Bar got a bar.
Absolutely. I would say if there was a number, I would just say 7. The number of completion. But I'm familiar as I read numbers, but I've never had like a number that like was like something that resonated truly with me. Mm-hmm. But if there was one off the top of the head, I'd just say 7.
7.
Yeah.
Okay. I know some people, they look at me, they be like, "What you mean number?"
No,
I'm like, bro,
bro.
I'm just.
Oh no, it matters.
So it's just something about 10, bro. That's just my number. It's just a number that I gravitate towards too. Yeah. And things like that. Yeah. All right, let's get into nitty gritty, bro. I was gonna ask you about this. I asked you last night.
Talk to me.
I asked straight up. I said, "Hey, yo, street.
What's off limits? Yeah.
What's off limits?" This is my guy.
Indeed.
Speaking of numbers and things like that. We got any numbers? You got people you dating? What's
people you dating? It's crazy.
What's going on with the love life?
Yeah. So last year, I had the intent to pursue someone to the extent of marriage, but it didn't work out. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that was honestly the longest relationship I was in. It was a year-long relationship, and as it is over, I am so thankful for the lessons I've learned. I'm so thankful for the person I've met. Like I can 100% say that she made me a better person in general. And I think, and honestly, that was actually the first time I could say I was actually in love. Like I didn't know before. It was something that I never understood the concept of, because as much as everyone tried to explain it to me, it didn't make a lick of sense. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, it's not quantifiable. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't like. I would have been before the person, I would have been completely and utterly mentally satisfied knowing my logic with marrying someone I wasn't in love with, because it makes sense on paper.
Okay, make that make sense to me as a married man.
Yeah,
marrying someone you're not in love with.
Yeah. So essentially, at the time, I don't think like this too much anymore, but for me, I think that we are in a unique era of human history where, first of all, women have the ability to not be hasty to get married out of convenience or survival. Mm-hmm. And so I don't judge women for not desiring to get into marriage because it's the traditional thing to do, when traditional is in somehow people's minds equated to biblical, when anything you're talking about traditional or cultural that you try to equate biblical can apply to both genders, not just one, in today's society, in my opinion. So when it comes to something like being in love, I think that now people have that option to explore that on the front end. Because before it was, we need to marry for survival, we need to marry for reproduction, we need to marry for convenience, we need to marry for, and love has always been within the factor of that. But I had a hard time reconciling hearing so many pastors, hearing so many people talk about, and sometimes I'm not in love with my wife. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I don't love my wife. Sometimes the spark's not there. And then for me, in my mind, 1 + 1 = 2, I'm like, I can't make the foundation for which I marry something that doesn't last or isn't, or could shift. You know what I'm saying? And being in love is something that can shift apart from choice. It's like attraction. Attraction isn't something you can just turn on and off. Yeah.
I guess I just think that's I guess I just have a different definition of in love. I guess that's what it is.
So
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah. So what you're thinking love is that the agape. That's the 1 Corinthians. I can do 1 Corinthians to anybody at any time. You know what I'm saying? I can be long suffering. I can assume the best. Mm-hmm. I can be patient. I can be kind. Like, I can do all those things to all people at all times. That I'm willing to die for you, lay my life down, that infatuation, that eros, I think that is something that is powerful. And for me, when we talk about the word love, not in the context of agape, the actionable things you can always do to all people, but the feeling.
Mm-hmm, the feeling, yeah.
I think but I'll just say it like this. When people are in abusive relationships, one thing people will say is like, that person didn't really love you, or that person really wasn't in love with you. I would actually say the opposite. I would say that the person you're probably in love with the person because when you're in love with someone, you'll do foolish things. You'll do some things that sacrifice yourself. It's a beautiful thing when you fall in love with the right person who actually is caring and is affectionate. But just because you may be in love with the person, or the person may be in love with you, doesn't mean they're loving you. Mm-hmm. And the love is actionable things you can do. Right. And so, and that's why, like, when we think about the Hebrew language and the Greek language, love doesn't have just one word. We have one word for it. It's multiple things. So I would say when I had my relationship, like, that's the first time I was in love. And so before that, it was always like, I want to make the smartest decision. The smartest decision, from what I'm understanding, is I don't want to base my entire life and marriage off of something that can shift or wane or change on a season. After being in love, I'm like, I get it.
You get why people do that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because it's bro, when I tell you, like, I became a better person because I was no longer thinking for myself, of myself initially. It shifted everything about me. It was just like, nah, man, I need to get a car because I gotta think futuristic. Nah, man, I gotta get my finances right because I gotta think futuristic, and it's a partner. Now I gotta look better because I gotta, like, it just made me a better person. You know what I'm saying? And I can only imagine, like, now I see the shifts in a lot of men's mindset when they had their first daughter. I see the shifts when they finally fall in love. And it's just like, it amplifies your being. 100%. You know what I'm saying? Especially when that's my
as a girl dad, 100%.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it just made me better. And I loved in love me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And as much as I would love to experience that again. Yeah, and
the only reason why I'm busting you about this is because I'm your brother and I love you and I want you. I want you. When something is good, you want people that you love to feel what you feel because it's good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but also with respecting the fact that you have your walk with the Lord, you have your journey, and so that's the only reason why I'm asking you but I'm not asking you as a pressure. I know you get that probably from your mom all the time, or from anybody, right? Yeah. So
I don't mind it though. I truly enjoy talking about it because it's me self-processing, but also good. Like in a place of like I do want that. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And it's tough because when you get out of a relationship, in most contexts anyways, it's just like the hard thing to do is not compare. And so now like I'm fresh out a year of like being in love. Tough. And it's like, man, like I don't know. It's almost like I'm not saying if it's not this, I don't want it, but if it's like the essence, it's just like, man, like do I at 34, I have the option of waiting till I fall in love. Is it worth it? And that's what I'm wrestling with. You know what I'm saying? Like,
for that, I don't have an answer to.
Yeah, I don't have an answer either. I wouldn't ask him for advice. It's just like, yo, do I date this person because we look great on paper and eventually I may fall in love, or you know what I'm saying? Those types of things, bro. So
and, that's you know, and to each his own, man. I really believe that to each his own, because I think the Lord is gracious with us, and He wants us to learn what we need to learn for His glory and for His kingdom. He's ultimately concerned about our hearts, and He's ultimately concerned about His kingdom. For sure. And if along the way you can be who He needs you to be, is to be married to somebody, and then along the way, then that's what it is, and that's what it is. Sure. So let me ask you this, because you kind of hit on it a little bit. What would be some of your current critiques of the dating culture in DFW, in Black culture, in Christians? Like, what would be a critique that you have that will lead to a solution? Because we're not just going to be critiquing just to be critiquing.
That's the thing. The critiques,
or is it even yours?
You spend years having these conversations and then realize that the conversations you have are the same exact conversations they were having in the 70s and the 80s. And I'm sitting there like, man, we are falling for the loop. Yeah. And so for me, the only thing I say is within your expectations, where they exist or where they don't exist, make sure that you are applying the pressure that requires that expectation. That's all I got, man. Yeah. It's just like, yo, if you're saying you want something or a certain type of person, etc., then understand that the more criteria you have and the more non-negotiables you have for a man or woman, then the less likely that person is going to exist. You know what I'm saying? And I tell people, hey, chase the unicorn. Like, you have the full option to. I just think that as you're doing so, you know that you're doing it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's okay. Like, I don't want people to settle. You know what I'm saying? Like don't settle if you don't want to.
That's a refreshing take.
Yeah. Like you could legitimately go for whatever you want, but know that the more you want, the harder it is to get it. Right. I don't judge people for their decisions. You know, I think the toughest part is like seeing someone who is a caring person, loving person, someone you know will be good in relationships from your standpoint, because you've had a friendship with them and you think that because that friendship is great, they're going to have a relationship that's great. And so you see that person, you're like, man, if only you could meet somebody. And it's like, they've probably met that person. They just don't fit the criteria that person wants. So they'll let that person fall away, and they'll let the next person fall away, because they're waiting for something, you know? And this is coming from the guy who's now having this mindset of also waiting to be in love. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's almost those, that's why I said it's not something I completely shifted out of, because there's still a reality in how I was thinking before. You know, like I can't base the foundation of my relationship on something that can wane so easily. My foundation's got to be God for me. Yeah. And so
doing this with me, man, we got to do it again. I got to try to catch you when when your schedule allows. I appreciate everything, man. You've been a great friend. You are an awesome writer. I know you feel like you got a lot more to put out there, a lot more to kind of, a lot more to grow and learn and things like that. But I just want to tell you are on, from my vantage point, you are on the right path. You've always been on the right path.
I appreciate that.
Your personal, experience with the Lord and how you walk with Him may lead you one way or another that people aren't privy to. But from my point of view, I'm always like, yo, Street is that dude.
And man, I appreciate
he's walking a path that a lot of people dream they can walk.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? Indeed. And so I just appreciate you taking this time out for me, man. I don't know, man, like, what's next? Just tell me what's next, and then we'll close it out. What's next for Street outside the manga and stuff like that? We got a new album coming. What we got?
Man, there's definitely some new music on the way. Man, I will say this much, man. What I love to learn was recently like in the last 5 years, like that you love fantasy, and I don't know how much often you talk about it, but like I really feel like the concept of wonder and faith are so foundational for fantasy, you know, and I think more Christians could benefit from exploring the fantasy world, you know. So it was actually like very, very sobering to know like that's something you love, like actual books. Like not everybody reads fantasy books, bro. You know what I'm saying? They'll watch Game of Thrones, they'll watch Lord of the Rings, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, I love diving into the world and like going page by page, creating and seeing it for myself in my own head and be like, yo, I love this character, man. Bro, oh man, it hurt when this one died. You know what I'm saying? Bro. Yeah, so that was dope.
I read a lot of books, man, a lot of fantasy books. And my mom always like, man, you know, they ain't making you better. It's like, it ain't about that. You know?
Yeah, they are making you better. You know, that's the crazy thing. They are, though.
Supposed to be like that. I think they are. I think there's some.
They are.
Yeah,
bro,
for sure.
Bro, how do we encounter God? With the faith like what?
Like a child.
Like a child.
Yeah. The imagination.
Wonder.
100%.
Like wonderment. Like why would we remove that from the adult experience?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the more you're like a child, the better you are.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So it is better for you, bro. Cause like, man, when I tell you, fam, like I can be at a concert, I can be at a show, and specifically with youth. I can preach a good message, all that good stuff, but like what I try to do at every show, especially with youth, is introduce the fact that I love anime and manga really, really quickly.
Oh yeah.
Because there's kids in there that are in the back that never felt related to. Mm-hmm. Nobody really know their name. They be in school, but they love Anime Con because it's a place for the broken and rejected.
Yeah.
They love watching anime because it's a story about an underdog that despite everyone not liking them, they made friends.
Yeah.
And so I love being able to see the faces when I say, so who's y'all's favorite Naruto character? And I'm like, I see the kid. Yo, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You know Ball? You know what I'm saying? Like, tap in with me. And talking to them afterwards, man, you said you're working on a manga? Man, I can't wait for it to come out. Things like that. I light up when I see them light up because I know what it was like befriending those people in high school and elementary. And it was like, yo, how come nobody likes them? Like, what's your boys? He's actually super funny. Yeah. But nobody cared to find out that. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, it's such a beautiful genre that I know that there's so much faith opportunity within it because there's so much brokenness within it as well. There's so much like people who are anime, manga fans adjacent typically have a story of a lot of rejection. You know what I'm saying? Or just not being able to fit in.
Yeah.
And so I love being able to explore these worlds and also explore the culture because I have the opportunity to have a voice of somebody who wasn't as rejected, but can communicate the experience because I've been with the rejected. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, man, I encourage everyone to explore fantasy.
Please.
Explore manga. Because here's one thing: if you don't, your kids will. Your kids are. And it's a fruitful genre and a fruitful culture. When I say fruitful, it's like a harvest is ready. That's what I mean by that. Like it's ready, man. Like we gotta put our boots on the ground and like go to where it's needed. And I do think a lot of people in the anime community need it. Right now, things I'm passionate about just learning history, and through learning history, I've been posting history. So if you look on my page, it looks very. People say political. I just say historical. Yeah. But for me, it's like I've learned the joy of studying things that have already happened in America for the sake of understanding how they're happening now or what we can do different. And so I've posted a lot of historical content from the 50s to the 80s.
Yeah.
And even into the 90s, you know, just to kind of show people the dark and beautiful history of America, you know. And so I started a new page called A Just History. The brand of it is ADJUST with the D crossed out, because in the midst of the culture trying to adjust history, well, I want to show just history. Yeah. You know, so
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, man.
Is that on Instagram or
yeah,
is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay,
man, within 2 months we already have 20,000 followers.
Look at that.
You know, it's bro, it's just, man, it's crazy, bro. I really can't explain it. And people don't even know what it is yet. You know, but the brand is going to be me sitting down with people that are 70 years and older and just allowing them to tell their oral history.
That's what's up.
I'm just going to say, hey, what was your experience growing up in America?
That's what's up.
What was your first time experiencing systemic racism? Because a lot of times we see videos like the ones I'm posting, or we hear stories like the ones, and because it's in black and white, we think it's so far ago. But we can actually reach out to the person who lived that experience, because 100%. They're still alive today. 100%. They just have grown tired of having to explain themselves, so they don't talk about it. But I'm compiling stories and interviewees of people that are willing to discuss it. So if you know somebody.
Oh man, I know.
Your family, the Reese's.
I mean, but you're talking to a person who my major was history in college. I've been a part of multiple different organizations that have to do with discovering the Underground Railroad in the Michiana area. So I have you talking to the right person as far as who I can connect you with, and we can trace, you know, whatever you need to trace. To be honest with you, is the right person.
Yeah. And bro, like it's gonna be either as deep as sitting down one-on-one, or as cross thing is like, hey, as I'm at the family reunion, can we mic up real quick? And I just want to get your story.
Yeah, that's good.
You know what I'm saying? And just, hey, tell me about your first experience. Hey, what did you learn? How far have we come? You know, and one thing I've realized as I communicate to these people, I haven't really dropped any episodes yet, but I'm going to. So follow Adjust History. Adjust History. AJUST History. Is that there's a common denominator that they're like, we haven't gone that far. Mm-hmm. And it's so interesting, like knowing where we are, but then in their eyes, it's like, oh, it's still there. Yeah. Like the way things are still there. It's just, it looks different. Mm-hmm. But 100%. The feeling to them, it's just like, oh no, this feels the same. You know, I'm just like, this is so interesting. You know what I'm saying? And rather than, because it's so interesting, especially being someone posting online, and I'm gonna wrap up. But I remember people were like, you're trying to create division, and I'm like, I don't even give commentary. I'm just posting, and I'm like, I'm having Christians tell me that I'm creating division by posting history or racist experiences. When I'm like, but in the face of the racism, you're having people who are in the civil rights movement be faithful, be loving, be nonviolent. Mm-hmm. What could be more like Christ? But instead of looking at that and the non-response, you're looking at the initiation of evil. Yeah. And then saying, I'm trying to create division, rather than, well, maybe I'm trying to create a divide in saying that one of these is claiming to be Christianity. Mm-hmm. And the other one's actually showing it. You know, and so for me, it's just been a joy to be able to explore these concepts, like realize how to search and research a digital library, compile these videos, watch these hour-long documentaries and compress them into 3-minute segments. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I'm learning as I'm going. Like I didn't love history growing up, you know what I'm saying? But now at this time, because I kept seeing, wait, the way this politician is speaking and the phrases he's using, didn't I hear that in that 70s interview with the KKK member? He's using the same rhetoric. Wait, okay, dating culture. Wait, black and people dating, didn't they talk just like that on that 80s clip I saw? And during Black History, I was like, let me start posting this stuff. I didn't know it was gonna blow up. I had no idea it was gonna blow up. I ended up getting 4 times as many followers. I'm about to have 100,000 followers probably by the end of the month. That's crazy to me. Yeah, I never would have thought, like, you know what I'm saying? So, and the amount of the people that are following me, it's just, I would have never, like, You know what I'm saying? Like,
I hear you.
SZA hit me up and like, or Cameron followed me, or CeeLo. It's like,
yeah.
Donnie McClurkin.
Because everyone
like,
is Donnie. Okay.
Donnie. Like, what you doing there, Donnie? What's up? But yeah,
That's good.
it's been beautiful, man. So yeah, expect new music, expect new content, expect a new manga, and expect a new me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just exploring this thing called life, and I'm not putting any limitations. So don't get used to any version of a release, because there'll be a new one coming up.
That's good. That's what's up.
Absolutely.
All right, y'all. Y'all know what I want y'all to do. Like, comment, share, subscribe. It's your boy Ty. My guest Mitchell, man. I appreciate K Street Hymns.
Yes, sir.
We love y'all. We want y'all to stay blessed. Peace.